Welcome into the Gatemen postgame show here at Lowell Park in Kettleers, Massachusetts. The Wareham Gatemen dropped this one 7-6 to the Kettleers. I'm Jacob Toby alongside my broadcast partner Jake Garcia, Andre Sims, our field reporter, and Matt Feld, our beat writer. And guys, a 76 loss, another one-run game here for the Gatemen. And I guess we'll start with Matt. What are you seeing today? Really, what are you seeing out of the offense so far lately?
Well, again, in the top of the first, the Gatemen had a situation that they've been in a ton this season, which is a runner on third and less than 2 outs. And they had the guys coming up in the order that you'd want in Sheets and Shaver, and they could not get the job done. Both going one pop-up and one strikeout swinging. So all in all, I mean, that's the most frustrating thing right out of the gate. You have a chance to put pressure on the opponent, and you can't do that, and you're giving the opponent the opportunity to do that once back at you.
Jake Walters tries to check over Cal Stevenson at first base. The error on Jake Walters makes Cal Stevenson go from first to third, and that ultimately scored an RBI single. What are you seeing out of these pitchers for Wareham throwing the ball away like crazy so far this season?
Well, it's the simplest thing from my perspective, and it's something that has cost the Gatemen dearly so far this year. That now makes 6 throwing errors on pickoff attempts by pitchers. It set the tone tonight from right off the beginning of this game and really pitted this team in an early deficit. Play catch. That's the simplest solution. I spoke to Jerry Weinstein about it after the game, and he was very blunt about the matter. He said, look, we haven't given these guys enough reps in those situations. Well, in reality, it's also on the players as well. It's throwing from the pitcher's mound to first base, and it's something this team has not been good at this season. This is the Cape Cod Baseball League. Playing catch is important.
Colton Shaver, 2 home runs in this one, including a key one in the top of the ninth, a 3-run bomb to left field. He jacked both of them to left field, and then Gavin Sheets, a solo home run back in the 4th inning. So the middle of the order doing what it needs to do here today.
Yeah, this has been something that has been a bit of so much of a what if. Like, we know the talent is there, we've seen the long ball potential, but it just hasn't all clicked yet. We saw flashes of it where KJ Harrison would hit a long home run. Gavin Sheets would hit a long home run, the grand slam he had in Orleans, but it was never consistent and it was never together. It was always one isolated player performing well, and now we're starting to see them come together as a unit. This is the second time in the past 3 days that Gavin Sheets and Colton Shaver have homered in the same game, and that's the kind of production you want to see. Obviously, it's not going to be 2 out of 3 games in every 3 games, but you're starting to see the production from them as a unit, which is what this team needs. And when I was talking to Colton Shaver after the game today, he said it's bigger, if anything, just for the pitchers to be able to say, okay, if we give up 2 runs, that's okay because the guys in the middle order can give us back 3 that quickly. So that's the kind of stuff that this team has been missing, is that consistency in the middle of the order.
Final takeaways, gentlemen?
Well, yeah, it all comes down to this team in situations. We talked a couple days ago on the post-game after they beat Chatham 1-0 about if their luck would run out in 1-run games, and when the tide sort of turns against you. And these last couple days, they've been big spots, whether it's been a ground ball to get out of the inning, a double play ball to get out of the inning, a chance to get a sac fly to get on the board early. This Gatemen team has been unable to do it, and against competition in the Cape League, it doesn't matter what your opponent's record is. All these players are obviously very talented, so if you want to come out with a victory, you have to come through in big spots. Jake?
Well, Kettleers offensively today surprised me a little bit. They had been ranking near the bottom of the league in pretty much every single category. Jackson Klein had a monster day out of Stanford, a down year with the Cardinal this past year, but he's been great on the Cape League. It may be, though, more of a reflection of this pitching staff. The bullpen has actually been really good as of late. The starting pitchers, though, have continued to have problems getting deep into ball games, and maybe that's just the nature of the Cape League. Or maybe Jerry Weinstein needs to try an approach in which he goes reliever for 2 innings and starter for 4 innings, the middle few. Something to change it up, because right now the starters have struggled.
Andre?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off of what Jake just said, the bullpen has become the strength of this team recently, and we've seen it to the point where they're going 5-6 innings in a game and either not allowing a run or not allowing a run for a majority of that time. And so for a unit that was a bit of a question mark for the first week or 2 of this season, they've really strengthened and they've really started to clean things up. Maybe it's more defined roles and being more comfortable when they're going to pitch and something like that, or it might just be pure luck. I don't know, but they pitched exceptionally well of late.
You talk about the bullpen. Cole Stapler, 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 Ks, no earned runs out of this one. So the final score here from Lowell Park in Kettleers, Massachusetts, 7-6. Gatemen dropped this one, and they will advance to 9-8-1. The Kettleers now 4-14. They're still last in the Western Division. For Jake Garcia, Andre Sims, Matt Feld, I'm Jacob Toby saying so long and good night from Lowell Park.